Well, being 6:02-ish, I will call the select board meeting to order. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We have the minutes.
Well, we're gonna do
Oh,
the additions.
yeah, any additions? There is one I was just informed about, on the Lind Well Drilling Company, work down at the fire station. Last meeting, we authorized a specific amount. That bill has come in at a couple of $100 higher than the vote, so we need to reauthorize the difference.
Putting that new business, old business?
Old business.
Old business. We'll do that before employee appreciation. So we have the minutes of June 7th,
Okay.
2022.
All right, I got a couple things.
Okay.
I was here,
Oh, you were here.
or, I don't know, or somebody
Oh,
was
you were.
making motions, I don't know.
It's pretty good, you weren't here and made motions.
You did a great.
This is true.
Well, so did Jeff, and he says he's absent too.
I couldn't, yeah, that's right, you made motions too. Sorry, I was only thinking of myself. Then on the next page, when the historians asked for the carryover, they didn't really have a number, but what I saw in the budget was that their line item was $3,500. And it says 4,500, so, yeah.
So, 'cause I had two quotes, one of them was for 2,500, the other one was for 2,000. I don't think it was,
So this is for a carryover. So it's the money that was budgeted last year to carry over, and the budget says 3,500.
was it 3,500?
Yeah.
Change it. And
Unless they had more in there from a previous carryover, I don't know, but what it was saying was 3,500.
Okay.
And, okay, the well drilling thing, that'll be later. Okay.
Any other corrections or additions? Seen on a motion to accept as printed,
Corrected.
as corrected, excuse me.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Michael, Mr.
Aye.
Dunkley?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Warrants?
Okay. I move that we approve payment of the following warrant. 24T, accounts payable, $148,590.68, which includes the second half of the school rental. 23S payroll, $11,011.10, and 24S payroll, $8,953.58.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 And aye. Excellent. Town administrators report.
On June 10th, I was visited by the director of the VLCT Liability PACIF Division. He stopped in to give us an update, the treasurer and myself, on all the services that are provided. And it was very interesting because I think most of them we utilize. And he was quite instrumental in expediting the grant that I have been waiting for. So we have the grant award letter with the security cameras.
Aye.
I've composed a draft vendor truck ordinance for everyone to review. I've since updated version with a few minor changes suggested by town council for consideration at the next meeting. And I've also put together a policy for loaning tables and chairs along with an inventory sheet. I welcome feedback. I'm not sure what everyone was looking for, so if it's too much, let me know. We can scale it back, and then I can send it along to town council for review. I'll be out of the office next Monday and Tuesday. I'm going to take vacation, a couple of vacation days. The RFP for the 2022 MPG Outdoor Recreation Master Plan Grant is being reviewed and revised by the Planning Commission at their next meeting. Jeff Nugent with the Wyndham Regional will be installing bicycle counters to capture the number of folks accessing the recreational areas in town, and this will be great data to utilize for the Outdoor Recreation Master Plan. And our state representative, Sarah Coffey, will be attending our next meeting on July 5th to give us an update on the 2022 legislative session update.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. We're going right to new business, Madam Chair.
Gordy?
Hi. Should I stand, sit, be comfortable? In front of the camera? Show my good side? Hi, I'm Gordon Christiansen with Edward Jones Investments. Stop smiling, Jeff. Once again,
what's your good side?
there is no good side. Once again, we had another $100,000 bond that was recently called. Okay, it was an AT&T bond, and its yield was 2.65%. I checked in with Cindy Turnley, and she does not need that $100,000 and is good with reinvesting it. And again, due to the nature of our community being rural, agricultural, farming, I like the Federal Farm Credit Bureau bonds that are offered. These are government agency bonds. And just for your edification, again, a reminder what these bonds do. The Federal Farm Credit Banks are part of the Farm Credit System, a cooperatively owned nationwide system of banks and associations that provide services to farmers, ranchers, and producers or harvesters of aquatic products, rural homeowners, and agricultural and rural cooperatives. The bond that I'm presenting this evening has a present coupon rate of not 2.65, but because the Feds have been raising interest rates, bond rates have gone up, and this one is 5.06%. It's a AA plus rated bond, which is a very a high credit rating for this bond. It pays semi-annually, its interest payments, which then goes back into the coffers. And let's see, it is non-callable, so just to refresh your memories on that. Some bonds are callable, some are non-callable. This AT&T bond, which was just recently called, means that if AT&T wants to pay off this note, they can do so early and pay the town back, which they did with $100,000. To guarantee this payment, this one here is non-callable, so they can turn around and come back and say, hey, we're going to cut this one short. All right. Let's see, what else is there? Not a whole lot. It's pretty simple. We've had this drill many times. The next bond after this one will be due in December, but I would propose that the town move forward, reinvest this $100,000 into this farm credit bond.
Questions, Michael? Jeff?
No, sounds good.
Tom?
No.
All set.
Oh, entertain a motion?
Motion that we
Invest the
reinvest the money
$100,000
into the
into this farm credit bond.
farm credit bond.
Second.
Okay.
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by
Aye.
saying aye. Michael?
Aye.
Right?
Jeff? Tom?
Hi.
Jim?
Aye.
And aye. Thank you very much. Thanks,
So let
Ed.
it be written, so let it be done.
There.
Have a good day.
Thank you for coming in.
Hey, David Paving Quotes.
Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. So we only got one bid back, and I know other ones were out there, because I had other ones meet the day we had the walkthrough, so I don't know. Or maybe it's the ouch part, bigger people won't do it. But I was gonna cut the work in half.
$107. That's brutal.
I know what today's price is, $112.
Oh, Well, that makes me feel better. No, that's, I don't know.
So I'm looking at roughly like 330,000.
Instead of the 100,000?
No, yeah. So, we cut it down.
What? Do you have questions?
I do not.
Didn't we have 100,000 for Tyler Hill?
No, we got 300.
300,000.
But I got a grant too from the state. I wanna make sure I hit the threshold so we get the 200,000 back.
Okay. So how much of the road we gonna do?
It'll be half,
It'll be
just over half.
going west up by,
From the bridge down this way, just about down to Vikings,
okay.
trying to get the worst.
That'd be close to home, right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking you could patch, you know where it's worse, it's just in that one area going down by Hardy's Field to almost to, the old firefighter's house there.
Yep.
That's not bad in there at all.
Up by, I've just gone like Nancy Dubros, right in there. She's
Yeah.
all apart.
Yeah. Okay.
Jim, any questions?
No, answered them with the money we said, so. Good.
Good, you entertain a motion?
So moved.
That's, like what?
Well, what he said.
You like those two-word motions.
Yeah. Brevity. I move that we follow the highway superintendent's recommendation on paving Tyler Hill for the areas that he's described, for about half of the road.
Second.
All those in favor? Michael?
Aye.
Jeff? Tom?
Aye.
Jim? Thank you very much.
Can I bring up the trees now?
Sure.
Sometime if you guys get a chance, over here, Governor Hunt Road, there's 2 crabapple trees hidden amongst the other trees. Just let Shelley know if it's all right if we take them out. They're getting covered over by the other ones.
Zoom.
And maybe next time budget comes out, we might want to think about these pine trees.
I know that, I used to shake them.
And striking distance just to the septic system and stuff. That's it.
All right.
And I was planning.
Oh, did you want me to bring that up now? Nope, I lied. This is a letter of intent for grants and aid program, stormwater runoff. They changed it a little bit. The dual authorized representative, you want Shelley to sign it? I've been signing it, but they changed it around this year.
Board?
I move that we let Shelley sign the letter of intent to participate in the FY 23 municipal roads grants in aid program.
Second.
All those in favor? Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
And aye, motion carries. Okay. Printer quotes. Shelley, you're up for printer quotes?
Oh, I'm sorry. So, I've done an analysis previously on the office supplies line, only to come to find out that I think 70% of it was being spent on printer ink. So we had discussed the old copiers that we have and the toner and how much inexpensive the toner is in comparison to the ink. And so I got a couple of quotes for new copiers as the ones that we have. We do have a contract to maintain them, however, they have passed their lifespan of 7 years and they aren't completely reliable. So our treasurer is using smaller printers, which is costing a lot more in ink. So before the prices go completely through the roof, I was advised by the gentleman who services our copiers, to ask for a quote if we thought that we would be interested now, as opposed to later.
Is this a copier in the clerk's office?
This is one for the clerk's office and one for the treasurer's office.
And is the one for the clerk's office state approved?
Is it what?
State approved? He has to have them disapproved by the state due to the records.
I don't know, it came from our copier guys. It stated,
What's that?
the machine that you have, the,
Systems of Vermont,
what is it, the, trying to remember the brand of it, Kyocera. Is that state approved? Your copy machine?
It must have been because it was there before I got here.
Okay.
Now, the new one, is the new one state approved?
I can inquire.
Is the bid here on the approved list?
I had not been informed.
Okay.
I'll have to inquire. So I was looking at, if we were to lease the longest amount of time, that would drag it up for 5 years, and then maybe these could be put on the capital plan to be then funded by the time the lease is up. We currently have in the new budget, in that line for office supplies, 7,500, and it would be 3,700 for 2 copiers and all the ink would be included in maintenance. So I figured I'd just,
So, Madam Chair,
Yes, dear.
so we would lease these for the 5-year period. Starting in FY '24, we would put it into the capital plan to put a little bit aside each year, so in 2028, you'd have enough to buy them outright. Okay, I just wanted to be sure I was following, okay, thank you.
So what happens then to the service plan? Do you, like with the lease, you're getting your toner and all of that. If you buy a printer, where does that leave you on that?
we did purchase last time, I was informed, and there was a,
You buy the service
there's
plan.
a service plan that was purchased. So we do have a service plan that's currently in place. However, the copiers right now are aging and not reliable, especially in the treasurer's office. She's got to run all those documents and
Right.
all of the tax bills and.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always leased them in the library, and they, kind of getting the new one is pretty seamless, and your printer doesn't get that old before you're usually qualified to get another one if you're leasing. And everything is in it. There's a certain number of copies that are included, the toner, the service is
Well,
all there.
So, but we're leasing right now. Your proposal is to buy them outright right now?
Well, I was looking at leasing.
Right,
We own right
We own.
yeah,
it.
no, but we're gonna lease
Mhm.
these new ones. And then we're gonna talk about purchasing 4 years out. We can talk about leasing 4 years out just as
Right,
well.
Right, and see where we are
Yeah,
financially.
so, but for now, we're leasing with the, but with the service agreement and the toners and all, so it's similar to what Gene's talking about. It's a lease program right now, okay.
I can get more information, but I figured
Well-
I would start the conversation.
Well, I think we
Considering
I think we should jump into it.
would
before
jump
the
into
price
it, but
sheet is-
just make sure before we sign that that machine for the clerk's office is state approved.
Yes. You don't want to shut down.
Let me make a motion.
Yes, sir.
I move that we get into the 60-month lease with Office Systems of Vermont for 2 copiers if approved by the state.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye, motion carries.
When we get these, we need to make sure we lock up all those other printers,
Yes.
Oh my
because they're a
gosh.
waste of money.
Mhm.
Ink bills are horrible.
Cemetery deed.
Good evening, Madam Chairman, members of the board. I have just a cemetery deed for Joanne and Jimmy Gorby, which I would like your approval and your signature on.
Is there, and what cemetery?
That would be in the new section of Tyler Cemetery.
Thank you. Board,
So moved.
is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
I'm an aye, the motion carries.
I will hand this around with your signatures.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Move the Lind well first.
Sir?
Thank you all, have a good night.
You too.
Thanks,
Thank
Tim.
you, too.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, the Lindwell bill.
Okay, so at our last meeting, we approved the repairs to the well at the fire station, not to exceed $3,296.40. The bill was $34.76.50. So I guess we need to make a motion to pay the bill in full. Although you just did because you agreed to the warrants.
Is that your motion? To pay it in full?
Yes,
Second.
I just thought we needed to make that
Yeah.
adjustment. Yes.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to pay the full bill for the adjustment for Lindwell. All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Thank you very much. Okay, old business, employee appreciation. Any update?
Employee appreciation.
I was asked to have the treasurer send you the updated, budget
Yes.
to look at what was available in that line and an additional line.
So. Looks like what she
So-
underlined was a
$800.
500, yeah. Well, it seems as there's like 2 weeks of the fiscal year left.
Oh, good, take advantage and do something.
I don't think anything else will be getting spent out of those.
Mhm.
So how many employees would we need to?
13, 22, oh. $38 apiece. 36.
36.
So let me ask a question, if I could, Madam Chair.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
The welcome signs and maintenance in the land, there's $175 left in that account. There's $200 left in the flag account. I think green up you'll probably get a bill on before the end of the year, is that right?
Should be.
So it's 175, 375, and 8. That's 1175. Even easier, if we were to take that $800 dollars in the two lines that are highlighted,
Mhm.
and we were to take take $1,000, this is just talking, just
Yeah.
out of the travel line, where there's about $1,875 left in that line, so if we went 1,800 divided by 22, 1,700 divided by 22. So at $1,700 divided by 22 employees, that would be about $75 per person.
So, I'm a little nervous about some of those lines, just because if people had been at conferences or traveled and those charges were on credit cards that haven't come in yet, they would not have shown up to be paid, I'm not sure.
Has anybody been anywhere?
How,
I haven't had anything, I just, I haven't had anything this week. That's it.
That would still leave,
so that's still good.
$700 in there or so.
So, kind of the same thing with the welcome signs. How about safety committee recommendations? Seems as there like really is not a safety committee.
It'll be starting up.
What page is that on?
Fiscal year.
That's
Same
just a
page.
couple lines up from,
It's number
it's
75.
after travel.
That makes sense.
That's something I really don't see getting used. The
Well-
others, I'm a little nervous about bills still
I
coming in.
can't imagine you're gonna have $1,800 worth of travel bills in the last 2 weeks of the fiscal year.
It depends on what has come in, like the credit cards and stuff
Yeah.
are always delayed out, and I'm not sure, I'm just not sure what people are doing, so. I know that.
David, you been anywhere?
We went 2 weeks ago, but I paid it, so.
Yeah,
The fire has their own, right?
yeah. We're still, I mean, the bottom line of this budget is still way below,
Yeah.
if you figure we're into the 90 some odd
Right.
percent of the year done.
So if we take 900, 1,700, 1,700. So if we took 900, okay, we can, okay, we could take the 250 from the safety committee, 650 from travel, in the $650, 250 is 9. 450 is 1350. They still need another $300. It's about just shy of 1,700.
What number are you trying to hit? Or are you just adding up to see?
No,
what those
I'm-
two?
Trying to hit 1,650.
Geez, I thought I got more than that from what you were listing.
So we've got 800 for employee appreciation and contribution and gifts, 500 and 300. 650, oh yeah, we got that, I'm sorry, okay. So 250, that's 1050. And I need 600, so, okay. So if we took 500 appreciation, 300 contributions and gifts, 250 safety committee, and 600 from travel. That gives $1,650. $75 times 22 employees is $650.
And 1,600.
$1,650.
Board, is that what you would like to do? Is that your motion?
I'm waiting, I said I was just throwing it out. I'm waiting for counterbalances to that.
Sounds fine to me.
Okay, I move that we appropriate, or expend, excuse me, the $500 from appreciation activities, $300 from gifts and contributions and gifts, $250 from the safety committee recommendations, and $600 from the travel line, total $1,650, and to provide $75 gift cards to the employees
Is there a
that are
sec-
eligible.
Is there a second?
Second.
Is there further discussion? All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jim?
Recuse myself.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you very much. And thank you to all those people that are gonna get it. ARPA purchases.
Brought to my attention that the fire department is in dire need of radios. So I asked him to submit a quote. He only could submit one, so I reached out to another company. Actually, I reached out to Quote Places Online and received a second one from Procom Services this morning. So we have two. So I have a short list of 3 things that I feel are really important that we don't wait too much longer on. One of them being the fire department radios. It's their lifeline.
Well, so on that, if we go into Mass and mutual aid, we have no communication because Mass changed their radios. So there's 0 communication.
In Massachusetts.
If we go mutual aid, the state of Mass,
Yeah.
there's 0 communication.
So would these new radios do that?
Correct.
They're gonna follow the right channels or whatever it is?
There would be the right system that
System.
can handle whatever Mass does.
Okay.
Because Mass wants to be difficult like always.
Yeah.
Well, that's a true statement.
What is your pleasure on the radio stocks?
Which bid do you recommend?
Well, we have 2 quotes. One is only slightly higher than the other. I recommend going with R&R Communication
Okay.
as it is in Swansea and closer, and they will do repairs and maintenance on any of these radios. I think it's a bit more convenient. The other distributor is out of Adams, Mass, but it was slightly higher. So I had a conversation with the fire chief on this, and he had asked for 2 quotes. One for 10 to replace the radios that absolutely need to be replaced now, and then a second for 20, which would outfit the whole department.
Which is
So,
important for interior firefighters. The last fire we went to, interior firefighters went in with no radios.
Oh.
yeah, that's a huge
We
safety
do not have
concern.
So 20 would be $53,000, is that correct? Or is he gonna give us a break on,
Massive quantities.
It's the same price for the 20 units through R&R.
so it's gonna be $53,000?
Well, actually, hang on, I'm looking
The
at,
other company gives a discount for over 20.
yeah, they do have a discount now that I'm looking at it.
You also have a 5-year warranty. At no additional cost.
Do we know if the ones the chief did are programmed? Because the other one says programmed to be determined.
Right, because they're not sure exactly what we're gonna need,
Yeah.
but he gave them all the parameters of exactly what was needed.
So that's
So
a
they're-
that's almost a $5,000.
That's what I was wondering, if
Difference.
one's programmed and one's not.
Correct, that's
So-
what I'm guessing, I don't know what that cost looks like.
What's the warranty from R&R?
I don't see it on here.
Yeah, they don't have one.
Compatible with P25s.
That wasn't something I thought of very well.
Question for the town administrator. This is not fiscal year dependent
No.
because it's ARPA money.
Correct.
Can we get those answers for the July 5th meeting on whether they're programmed, what's the warranty, and then be ready to vote it on the 5th?
Just stay really safe between now and the
Yeah,
fifth.
well, they wouldn't get them between now and then anyways, I guess,
Yeah.
so.
And then I had a couple other items on the
Yep.
list. Security systems, so I did get grant money for 6,000. However, we're talking spending another 11,000 to outfit all 3 buildings with security cameras. So that I thought would be a priority, as well as the service windows for the clerk's office and the treasurer's office, replacing her door with one door, a panel, and a service window, so she doesn't have to allow people into her office physically.
So we should be using the door in the hallway then?
No, she's gonna have a little service window next to her outdoor door. I have only one quote at this time. The vendors are having a really difficult time getting prices on materials, and so I should have another quote, another week on that one.
That's the 8,400.
I have one from Cheshire Glass. I'm waiting on another one. I'm not sure if it's Portland Glass. I reached out to 3 companies and I could only get 2 to do the quote because they said that they wouldn't do the door. One of them wasn't comfortable quoting on the surface window. It's not something that they specialize in.
So Cheshire Glass is 10.8 roughly,
And then I'll have another quote for the next meeting, hopefully.
and $11,000 for the
And the
security.
security systems, yeah. So I just wanted to start the conversation on,
So that's 22,000 and 50,000, 53,000. So it's 75,000 out of the ARPA money. And we haven't had any hearings on it yet.
no, and we don't need to have a hearing on it.
Well,
But we do have Martin from the Planning Commission who's interested in coming and speaking to the board about starting a committee. He's talking to a few people on the Planning Commission to reach out to the public and to other boards and committees and see what the possibilities are, what other people think, some good projects may be, and bring it back to the board and have that discussion.
Let it out, Thomas, you're gonna have a heart attack if you don't.
I think it's the select board's responsibility, not farming it, and I appreciate
Right.
Martin's willingness to do that. But I think we said it at town meeting, that we were going to reach out to the public, and it was the select board who said that, and I think the select board should take charge of this $300,000 and some odd thousand.
Right?
I think we gotta start doing something, including moving that EOC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's next. Getting a quote for that.
Yep.
Actually, just received paperwork, information on a grant source to that generator as well. And I know that some of it's already been funded through capital plan.
Well, it's been funded, but if you can get the grant and not have to spend it, that allows it to go back into the capital plan for other things.
Or it can go towards the installation, depending on how much we
Yeah.
can get. FEMA wasn't gonna be that much, but
Yeah.
let's see if the,
Should get a safer grant,
Possibilities.
there should be a safer grant for that.
So that's all I have on ARPA. Okay, thank you. Executive session, highway, is this personnel?
this was, yes. Yep.
Okay. Tom?
I lost my sheet, I put it
It's
somewhere.
for bookkeeping and all that.
Oh, it's right here. So, I move that we enter executive session in regards to the employment, or reevaluation of a public officer or employee, and ask that the highway superintendent and town administrator attend.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
And then we are in executive session at 6:42.
I did that one right.
We went to executive session at 6:42 and came out at 6:45 with no action being taken.
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion, please, to increase the senior tenured operator mechanic at the Public Works Department by 75 cents per hour effective July 1.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Michael?
Aye.
Jeff? Tom?
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Thank you very much, David, for all you've done.
Now I'll leave. Thank you. Have a good evening.
You too.
You
Who
too.
seconded that motion?
Jeff did, right? Did you?
No, I did. Me.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you.
Let's take a break.
Did you find a different one?
No, unless we looked at contracts, possibly.
I'll put it wherever you want it to.
I think it would come under contracts.
Okay,
Then
perfect.
you have to have two different ones.
Okay. I move that we enter executive session to discuss contracts, because I find that premature general knowledge of the contract negotiations will place the town at a substantial disadvantage.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Yeah, I don't know who the company is, so.
That's okay.
Well, so we don't have to go, aye, but we don't have to go to the second
Aye.
motion, okay.
All those- Motion carries. We are going to an executive session at 6:47. We went to executive session at 6:47, came out at 6:49, no action was taken. Mr. Bruno.
Madam Chair, I move that we enter executive session in regards to appointment, employment, or evaluation of a public officer or employee,
With the town administrator?
with the town administrator being present.
Second.
All those in favor, Michael?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Jan?
Aye.
And aye. We're going in at 6:55. We went into executive session at 6:55, came out at 7:04, no action was taken. Our next meeting is July 5th. We're going to meet at 6 o'clock to go over evaluations. So that will, the first part will be an executive session. Is there anything else to come before this August meeting? Will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, Frankel?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Aye.
Jean?
Aye.
We are adjourned at 7:05.